When you're authentic to who you are, everything else will fall in place. People are gonna love, they're gonna hate, but you never know who's watching.
Everything I do, I want it to be as original as it can be.
Somebody did it like this, I'm gonna do it this much iller.
Who comes back and rescues himself?
This was our moment to let people know how we felt as a team.
We've revolutionized this game with our influence.
Welcome back, All the Smoke. Man, excited about today's guest. Got to meet him before he hit, and now he is a hit.
You've been on him. Before you start, you put a lot of people on. You put me on, and really, I mean, with the show, a lot of people even on our staff didn't know about you, and I think a lot of people around the world
I was pushing that.
Start saying after he brought your name up, man, when y'all getting him on the show. So shout out to Matt for really pushing for you.
Yeah, man, without further ado, man, welcome to the show, Symba. Appreciate you, bro.
Pleasure to be here with y'all, man.
The jacket's sweet in the
You already know,
too.
Matt, man, like Stak was saying, bro, you was very, very early in the career. You know, I came to the crib and, you know, we had some food and we kicked it and got to play you some music, yeah. And then, you know, he came by the studio when I first got my deal. Like, the first two songs I put out, I played them for you in a room full of people before the world even heard them. So it's always a pleasure, bro.
I appreciate you.
Yes,
but let's get to this shit because we had some good energy.
Yeah.
Kobe, Mike, LeBron, rank them.
Okay, I'm gonna go Kobe 1. That's my all-time personal favorite. Kobe Bryant is the reason I played high school basketball and thought I had a chance to make it to the NBA till I ran into niggas y'all height. So Kobe's my number 1. Number 2, I gotta go with Bron. Bron is my second favorite of all time just because I feel like he played a game from every position. Bron could play every position from the 1 to the 5. He could be the GM. He could be the coach.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, he could be the defensive guy. He could do it all, so that's my favorite. And number 3, I'm going to go with Allen Iverson.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with Allen Iverson. This is my personal
list. Right, that's your list.
You know what I mean? This is my personal list.
Right.
Just because Allen Iverson had so much cultural impact on me as a kid.
All of us.
I didn't really grow up wanting to be like Mike. I wanted to be like AI. You know what I mean? So that's my top 3.
What year were you born?
1990.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think people would be up in arms with your list, but at the same time, like we only know what we know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can go back and see, but until you really see it, like, it's hard for me to judge what happened back in the 60s and the 50s. Like, it's hard for me to judge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With all due respect to those players. So, you born in the 90s, you know, Mike's run was...
Like, I lived with them players.
Yeah.
Like, Mike was something my uncles talked about.
Right.
And everybody told me about, but it's like, I didn't live through the Mike era. You know what I mean? I didn't watch games on TNT of Mike. Like, I watched AI, Kobe, and LeBron.
You just knew the shoes was fresh.
Yeah, you know, everybody wanted the mics, you know what I mean? Like, we had to have some J's on, like, you know what I mean? But as a player, it was my favorite 3 right there.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that. Man, how's life? Just recently released Results Take Time.
Yeah.
Some heavy features on there. Pusha,
Yeah.
2 Chainz, Roddy. What was that experience like, and what's life like right now?
Man, making the project was dope because it was like, you know, I always grew up watching a lot of interviews, trying to get information on how to get to where I was trying to go. So me personally, when I listen to a lot of rappers, they don't never tell the other side of success sometimes. You know what I mean? We always talk about the cars, the partying, and like a few struggles that we done been through to get where we at, but we don't really talk about the program directors who didn't play your record and certain shows you couldn't get on because, you know, you didn't have a big enough fan base. So I wanted to approach this project to give people who's in that space of like trying to figure their career out, like the motivation to keep going. And that's what Results Take Time was about. And every feature that's on there is like a product of Results Take Time. If you listen to Roddy verse, me and Roddy kind of got a relationship how me and you had. We knew each other before everything took off. Same thing with 2 Chainz, you know what I mean? So it was people who was a part of my come up, and I got to see them go up as well. So.
Right.
And as far as life, bro, this shit lit.
Straight up.
This shit lit, bro.
That's it, right.
On everything, like
Everything you thought it would be and more.
No, I'm
Okay.
not gonna say that because I feel like sometimes we have a perception of what our dreams look like in our mind, and we get there and it don't look like that. You know what I mean? Like it's what you thought, but it's in a
different way.
A different way. I was just telling one of my homegirls on the way over here, because I'm going on tour Friday, and I was like, man, I really don't even know if I want to go, like, because I just got this new studio and I'm trying to make new music, right? I'm in a whole nother mode. But then I had to think about it like, man, I used to dream to just make some money off music, you know what I mean? Pay my bills. It's like, why would I not go?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is all I work for, so I'm finna go hit this road for the next month and a half.
Where you headed?
Everywhere. We are 24 cities from New York, Philly, Houston, Vegas, LA. We everywhere.
Oh.
Virginia, everywhere.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Recognition by the who's who.
Yeah.
LeBron, Shaq, Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Your freestyles really resonate. My personal favorite was the one you did on Funk Flex.
Yeah.
With the Tupac shit.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you to be recognized by the names I listed, and then any conversations or friendships grow from those people?
Definitely. I just ran into Dre the other night. We was actually in the same restaurant. We was just talking about linking back up. But that should be validation, bro. It's just like when you get in the league.
Right.
You know what I mean? Remember your first game and you looking at somebody you used to watch like, damn, I'm really guarding this. You know what I'm saying? It's the same feeling. So it's validation, but it's also like motivation to just keep going because you see how far they went.
Right.
And it's like, I don't never want to be the rapper that like coulda did this or coulda been that or coulda took it this far. It's like I'm trying to actually go that far. So a lot of my process these days is like taking my time. Like I ain't really moving with social media. I'm kind of moving to the beat of my own drum because I could rush some shit and fuck everything up. And I ain't trying to do that right now. So it's just everything I'm doing right now is just like strategic and taking my time with it to just master it before I offer it to the world.
Your upbringing.
Yeah.
Talk about that. You moved around a lot.
Yeah. Grew up in the Bay, from the Bay, was born in the Bay. And, you know, my mom was like a female me, or I'm like a male her. You know what I'm saying? But she moved around. My mom was a hustler. She did a lot. And she got into real estate. And when she jumped into real estate, she just started like copping cribs at different places, Vegas and, you know, Texas, just all these different places. And we would move around. And being a kid, all I knew was the Bay Area. So all I know is my culture. So I'm going into these other cultures just like popping my collar and like trying to pimp and shit. You know what I mean? like doing shit I had no business doing. You know what I mean? But it taught me like everybody don't move like this. You know what I mean? Like it's different cultures. Like you go to the South, you see, you know, strippers, chicken wings, and niggas getting fly all day. You know what I mean? Like you come to the Bay, we just hustling. You got a white t-shirt, blue jeans, as long as your kicks fresh and you get into the bag, you got a car, you straight. You know what I mean? So moving around, seeing like different things of like what the world got to offer opened my mind up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's why my music's so broad, because I try to speak to different audiences other than the demographic I come from.
You balled out in your teenage years. Talk about being a D1 hooper.
Yeah.
And,
I ain't go D1.
Oh.
I got caught cheating on my SAT, man.
Oh, that's what happened.
That's how I started rapping.
Oh, okay.
I got this theory though, like most niggas who rap didn't make it to the league.
I believe it.
Cause you talk too much shit about making it to the league, so it's like I can't go get a job. I gotta
tell
do
me that
something.
story.
Yeah,
Tell me
what's
that story.
Man, bro, So
I didn't pass SATs either. I felt them shit like 9 times, my nigga, so I feel you.
I had a similar situation. It's just I had somebody extra in the house, and the person who brought the test wasn't paying attention like that. So he happens to turn around, and I was caught. You feel me? So I ain't passed clearinghouse rules, right? So they wanted me to go to a JC, and I was like, I didn't talk too much shit to go to the 13th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody from my high school finna go to this junior college. Like, I didn't talk too much shit. I can't do it. So I started rapping, bro. Like, that's how I became a rapper for real.
Yeah, junior college is not for everybody, bro.
Oh, shit.
I couldn't do it, bro. I talked too much hoop shit. And it was like, I gotta go do something else.
In the GQ article, you talk about the fight with your basketball coach.
Yeah. So I had a coach. He played for the Lakers. I think he had like a 10-day in the 80s or something like that.
Time out.
I swear.
What was his name?
He had a 10-day.
Is it Rich? Is Rich or Rick Mixon?
Rich Mix. Someone look that shit up.
Rich Mixon.
Mixon.
Yeah. But he was one of them coaches that was like, I feel like he just had this like extra ego because he was like the first coach the school had that like actually played in the league. You know what I mean? So he came in with just like this cockiness on him. So one day we in practice and he just started singling me out. He just like, because I used to love to dunk. I always just go for the dunk no matter where I'm at. I'm trying to dunk on somebody, right? Because I was hella athletic. So he'd just be like, yeah, this game is not about athletics and jumping and woo, you gotta be a skill. So I'm just feeling like he's singling me out. You know what I mean? So we get into this argument in there and I'm just like, fuck it, I quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't coming back. But I'm doing it to try to get him to be like, no, hold on. But he ain't say that.
You got to call his bluff.
he ain't say that, so I had to stand on it. I had to stand on it. And you know, that was the end of my high school basketball career.
You had to stand
That
on
was it. It was over.
And that was your
I got
junior
into it
year?
with 2 different coaches. Him and, it was another one called Eric Bamberger. And I quit because I was...
Bamberger?
Bamberger. I was about to play varsity my freshman year. He brought me up, then me and him got into it. And I was like, I ain't gonna play next year. Like, trying to get the same reaction.
Didn't work.
Being dumb. And it ain't work, bro. So that was, you know.
You got to throw that tactic away. That
Oh,
shit
I've
ain't
been
working.
through that. I left that one. I left that one in high school. I started listening after that.
Oh, shit.
Mixon was the 161st pick in the 1983 draft.
There he is.
Okay.
There he is. Shout out to Coach Mixon.
He was trash. He couldn't talk no shit to nobody. He was trash.
He was talking that shit,
Yeah,
Stak.
yeah, he
I ain't
trash.
gonna lie, he was talking that shit.
I've
And I'm like,
slapped a couple coaches talking shit.
yeah. And then he was one that was like, try to get on the court and play you too. Like,
I definitely would have slapped a nigga getting drafted in 197. Shit, I definitely gonna slap your ass. Who would you compare your game to?
I was like a Lance Stevenson.
Okay.
I was like a
Make
Lance.
him dance, Lance.
agitator.
Hey, one of
Yeah.
the funniest
Like,
teammates I ever had in my whole life. We were traded for each other one year, and somehow he ended up back on my team.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
That's the type of player
Make him
I
dance,
was.
Lance. I fuck with Lance. Shout out Lance.
Yeah. I related to Lance a lot because it's like, I feel like we the type of players to where it's like our game come from our energy. Like we get fuel from what's going on in the game, you know what I mean? So talking shit, antagonizing somebody, you know what I mean? It bring that spark out you.
Lance.
Growing up in the Bay, Warriors fan?
Yep. I was there for them We Believe days.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Come on.
sir. How
Stak, you probably don't even remember this.
Preach.
And I'm going to find it. I think I showed you this picture before. But remember the year when they honored y'all, I think it was like 2016, and the Warriors was playing the Jazz.
It was 17.
Was it
It
17?
was when I went back to the Warriors.
Yeah. 2017. Remember they honored the We Believe team in the playoffs?
Yeah.
All right. Remember that night? It was Jay Rich. It was you.
Yeah.
It was 2 more, but I was in the car with y'all. We was freestyling. And we went to San Francisco that night.
Nigga,
Sound like some shit you be
Baron
doing.
Davis.
Hey, that's shit I
He said
stay on.
BD was
It was
in there
BD.
too, so
BD
y'all was
was
burnt.
there.
Y'all was burnt.
Oh,
then.
no, we was burnt that night.
BD was there, yeah. And we was in the car freestyling.
Word?
Yeah, that night. that night on everything I love. But
That's crazy.
I grew up.
Hold on. How would? Please, do you remember BD? How was his verse?
You know BD got
Bart
that
Oatmeal.
like Bart Oatmeal. BD got that cool ass. I'm coming through, folks, and you know I'm getting close. I'm on all the smoke. What you niggas want? He come through with that. He come through with that laid back ass. I'm too cool to rap. But what a rap flow.
Hey, but I love to rap. But I'm too cool to rap.
Hey, I tell you this, Baron Davis has the most unreleased music of any human being on earth.
Me and BD got about 10 songs together.
And he ain't released none of them.
Not one. Not one. He called me one day. We got this song called Sweet. He like, yeah, I just wrote the treatment, blah. You know, I'm thinking about shooting a video. I got to run and do something for TNT. And then I got this Hulu show I'm working on. And me and, what's the other dude? Me and what's the hoop dude that be on Instagram? B-Dot?
B-Dot, yeah,
Me
B-Dot.
and B-Dot got a show we doing, so when I get back, we go shoot the video. All right, BD.
pull up to Slick. Hey, I'm telling hey, BD, he's one of the most, if you need an idea, sit down and talk to him for 10, 15 minutes. He's gonna give you 20 ideas, and I guarantee you one of them gonna work.
Some gonna stick.
He might not be the guy to get it done.
Facts.
You might have to go off on your own.
for execution?
Yeah, but he gonna come up with the idea.
Gonna give you
for
that
sure.
idea for sure. Shout out to B, man.
Yes, sir, my brother BD.
What did that We Believe time mean to the Bay in particular?
Man, it was so turned, bro, because it was like, I always say like, when like Steph and them came, like after Monte left, it was like a new culture that came in, but I felt like it represented a different side of the Bay. Like it represented like more like the Silicon Valleys and like, you know what I mean? Y'all
The Hampton Five, we was the Fillmore Five.
Y'all
We was in the
represented,
streets.
yeah,
We was
y'all
really in the streets.
represented Bay Area culture. You know what I
We
mean?
was
Like
touchable.
BD dunking, pulling the jersey up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like it was just that's how we was in the Bay. So it's like being a kid, getting to go to some of those games, bro, and then seeing y'all win that first round. You know what I mean? Versus the Mavericks, like it made the city just feel like shit. We could win too. Anything we want to do, we could win at it. Like I remember going to 24-hour fitness, just going on a run when y'all won that first round. Boy. I was going crazy with my team.
Yeah, I some of the dopest shit though for me, I remember we used to like play games and we used to go out, Rose, and we in the club is our whole team. But everybody who got the tree in the city, they all with us. So we didn't pay for tree not one time. I got like 2-3 ounces a night.
Yeah.
All smoking in the club.
What?
Everyone had a bottle
What
in the
you
club.
mean? I'm talking about that shit was unreal.
If
When the
one
Bay
fought,
love
we
you-
all fight.
Yeah, when the Bay love you, they take care of you. Like
I remember how it used to
yee.
be, not to cut you off, the yee.
The yee.
I remember how it used to be
Steezy.
like when the Raiders and the 49ers would happen to be like if we go to the city and they would be in the club first, you would see everyone in their section and then our team would come in and what happened, Jack?
Everybody's just
whole entire
migrates
club
over here.
would
Where
just
the where go to
shift.
war?
Yep.
Yep, come
To
on
our
over
side,
here.
and them dudes
This
would
is
be
where
so
it's real.
salty. It was back in the Jamarcus Russell days when he
Yeah.
kept getting hit for his shit.
Yeah.
It was during them days.
Marcus Russell.
I want to hear I want to see what happened to him.
That's my boy, man.
I
You know,
want to hear what happened.
that's
I
my
want
boy,
to. Hey,
man.
we need you.
Is
Let
that
me
the
sit down.
biggest
He have
sports
one of them.
fail ever?
It's unfortunate.
He was so
man,
good, though, in
'cause,
college.
Yeah, man. And then this why I have sympathy for him, because I fuck with the serve hard. I OD'd twice before I got in the league. Before I turned 18, I OD'd twice. So I know what he could do. You know what I'm saying? So I hate that because it could have happened to me early. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up around it. You know what I'm saying? So I just hate that was the determining factor for him to not be playing football no more.
Stak, I hear you,
Facts. I'm just saying, I hate it.
but I don't know about that, man. Because if you, Jamarcus Russell was number 1, right?
Yeah, number one pick.
The number 1 pick. What pick was you, Stak?
Second to last.
You had a reason to be sipping some syrup,
I
man.
was.
You was stressed out, brother. You had a reason. This nigga was number 1, bro.
Dig. You right.
He didn't have no business sipping no syrup, bro.
Dig.
No business. I can't vouch with that one, bro.
Dig. I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Oh, no.
I feel you on
You
that.
second to last. You stressing. Some shit going on. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, bro.
I barely made
This
it.
nigga know he won.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
come on. If you don't
Nah,
chill the
that's
hell
real.
out.
That's real.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Get him on the show.
Yeah, we need to get him on the show,
Let's get Jamarcus on the show. I want to watch that episode. Bring your ass on the show, Jamarcus. We want to hear from you.
Music scene, growing up in the Bay.
Yeah.
It's its own world. You know, you grew up in the hyphy era,
Yes, sir.
but obviously the tradition of Pac to 40 to Short to the list goes. Yeah, I mean the list goes on. Hieroglyphics.
Mac Mall.
What was that like for you, and who did you gravitate to as a youngster?
Man, in the Bay, I was a big E40 fan. Too Short, of course. But the person that I was like a fan of outside of the music was Mac Dre. Like Mac Dre was like the first time I seen a Bay Area rapper like really brand himself. Like the hyphy movement is Mac Dre. It's everything Mac Dre embodies. You know what I'm saying? But growing up, like I said, with my mom, I moved around a lot. So through moving around a lot, I would be hearing Jay-Z's over here, Lil Wayne's, and I just fell in love with different type of music. So great music is my influence. I don't just have like one influence. Like Mac Mall influenced me. You know what I mean? With songs he made. Keek the Sneak influenced me. Zero from Houston influenced me. P. You know what I'm saying? Out in New York, he influenced. Murder Mook influenced me when I watch him battle rap. Like it's just great shit is what I'm influenced by.
Shout out Earl Stevenson too, man. With Earl Stevenson collection. Shout out he heard everybody on the set. E40.
Yeah.
BB blessed me with all his sparkling wines. He got
Shout out
like
to
20 different wines, and the staff was able to indulge when they came down. Yeah, so you blessed it. So shout out to Earl Stevenson.
I need some goon on the spoon or goon with the spoon.
Goon with the spoon. Yeah, he has spoon now.
Yeah.
So now E40, Earl Stevenson, y'all go get his wine.
And he got that tequila.
He did.
That Ecuadenta.
And he got that Tycoon cognac. So he got it all. E40.
Whatever you need.
Yeah.
That's your plug.
Shout out to
Make that a commercial, folks.
What is it like growing up, idolizing these people, and then being shoulder to shoulder with them?
See, it'd be cool when motherfuckers be like y'all, right? I grew up watching y'all, Dr. Dre. Everything I thought Dr. Dre is more than what I thought. You know what I'm saying? But some of these motherfuckers, bro, like I thought they was something totally different. And then you meet them and it be like, oh, this motherfucker's batshit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to be around you. Like I don't want to take a picture with you. I don't even want people to know I met you. How about that? You know what I mean? And it was once upon a time I wanted to meet you. So it's a 50-50 thing because everybody ain't who they say they is. You know, and you realize that as you go, and it's not to be spoken down upon. People got their own things they go through. It's just me personally, I don't like to be around it. So I rock with who I rock with.
You have that right.
Yeah, and when I don't, rock with somebody, I keep my distance. I ain't gonna
under the bridge.
diss them or say they wrong or just, hey, you do what you do, I'm gonna do what I do.
We had another Bay Area product, a brother of yours, LaRussell.
Yeah.
We went to the Pergola.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pergola.
Yeah.
And Momo's Cafe.
Momo's.
We was in Valley Joe.
Fucking potatoes.
I just seen him last night. We was
Breakfast
in the studio.
potatoes. Fuck out of here.
Weren't they?
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Talk about your guys' relationship and obviously your paths being signed to a major and everything he's pushing. He's on this independent path and is telling his story now. But talk about just your relationship and the way he's moving.
Definitely. We was just together last night. We actually got a song that's about to come out that I've never even told no one, but here we go on All the Smoke. We got a new song coming out. It's called One Hell of a Feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a very unique relationship because we want the same thing, but we go about it two different ways. And that's okay. You know what I mean? Me personally, like I always tell him, I never was great at assembling teams, right? He's somebody that's very good at that. So I could never assemble the right team around me to flourish independently.
Right.
I needed people at a higher level to kind of show me the ropes and introduce me to people that could help me get it right.
He introduced, not to cut you off, he introduced us to 17, 18 people and every one of them had a job.
Yeah.
This is the so-and-so, this is the so-and-so. I was like, all
company.
the homies got a job. I was like, that shit is incredible, but go ahead.
Yeah, and that's something I tell him all the time, he's skilled.
Beautiful, it's special.
Yeah, it's a skill. You know what I mean? I'm more of a firecracker, so it's like I ain't got patience. Like he got a lot more patience than me, so it's like if somebody fuck up one time, I'm like, man, fuck this motherfucker. I'm on to the next.
I'm gonna do it myself.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it myself. So me personally, I like the major approach more because with the major approach, not only do you get more resources, you get a lot more opportunity. You know what I mean, to do things, and you get your money up front. You know, so it's like versus independent. For LaRussell, it's different because, like I say, he assembled a team. But for the average independent artist who that shit is difficult. You know what I mean? You be doing a lot of work to just make $1,500 or something like this. And I respect the work that goes into it. But for me personally, I'm finna go get this $500,000 for a couple projects, you know what I'm saying? Give them what they want. And come back and get some more. You know what I mean? That's just my way of doing things. So shout out to bro, man, because I truly like salute him in his path, because that's a tough journey.
Stage name Symba. How did that come about?
How you think?
Lion King?
Yep. It's my favorite movie.
That's your favorite movie?
That was my favorite movie as a kid. And all my cousins in the neighborhood, my family just all would call me Lil Symba. Lil Symba. So when I started rapping, it just stuck with me.
Easy.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Your favorite rapper, Hov?
Yeah.
How?
Hov, that nigga like the pops I never had. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just like telling motherfuckers like about LLCs and, you know, how to start a business, how to put your money into certain things just early. And being a cool person like that has influence that you want to be, you naturally want to listen to somebody like that. A lot of people be telling you shit, and it's like they ain't even done the shit they telling you to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? This somebody that really done it, like, and explaining like back to us, like, hey, this is how you do it.
He's not
like,
preaching either. He's
chains
explaining.
is cool to cop, but most important is lawyer fees. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was teaching us this early. So I just grew up like wanting to like, in my music, like, be informative that way. Like, give people game, because it's like, don't just tell a motherfucker, like, I think like Nip said it, if you sharing your success and not your struggle, you's a fool. And you start to look like food. You know what I mean? Like, I never been one to just brag about my success. I'd rather tell somebody how I got here so they could get here as well.
Right. That's how it's supposed to be. Speaking of that, along that journey, like, who gave you that confidence? Like, LaRussell say, I didn't make it here, I've told you so's and keep going. But there's always somebody that, like an OG that told you, bro, keep going, stay out of line. I mean, stay out of trouble, you got it, you gonna make it one day. You had anybody like that coming up that you remember?
Shit, my mom, for sure. Shit, but mostly like the music, bro. Like listening to Hov, listening to Wayne, seeing people I know doing it. You know what I mean? I watched Roddy like take over the world in like 6 months. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
Nip was like the first big artist I ever worked with. Like, he just invited me to his studio and went up there, and I'm just looking at the books on the wall. He like, take a book. He gave me and my cameraman this book, The 22 Immutable Laws of Branding. You know what I mean? That started making me look at myself as a product, not just a person. So all these little things play a part. Doing a show with 10 people and somebody coming up like, bro, I cried to that song. You know what I mean? Keep going. Like, don't ever give up. It's like that one person turned to 3, 3 turned to 9, 9 turned to 18. Like, it's just a matter of continuing to do the shit.
Keep inspiring. 2019, you signed with Atlantic Records.
Yeah.
How did that opportunity come about?
Man, I was in the studio. I was freestyling on Instagram for a while. And Donnie Meadows, who I'm actually signed to on my production company, he had hit me and one of my homies, Cass, and he was like, Dallas Martin over at Atlantic is having an Oxcord party. Y'all should go through there. So Dallas used to throw these parties at the Warner office where he'd let people pull up and they jump on the Ox. You know what I mean? And whoever got some good shit, you end up going to New York for a meeting, you know, and that's what happened for me. So I pulled up and everybody was just in there playing the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, everybody had the same music, and I just sat in the back, ain't say nothing, and then Dallas looked at me like, don't you be rapping on Instagram? I'm like, yeah. He like, play some music. played some music. 3 days later, we was going to New York to meet Julie, Craig, and Kaiser. And shit, about a few weeks later, the deal was done.
That's dope.
Product sell itself.
Yeah, shout out to Dallas, the homie.
Yeah, man, sell itself.
In the midst of the pandemic, you dropped "Don't Run From Rap," Responsibilities and Principles.
Yeah.
Talk about that. What was the feeling and the mindset you was in?
So the whole...
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, the whole concept with that project was like, I was in this space where I didn't really know who I wanted to be as an artist, right? And like, when you on the come up, sometimes you get influenced and then sometimes you just start copying motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, you start doing what other people doing because you see them winning, so you trying to do it. So I was at this point where I was just doing anything. And I was sitting with my homie one day and we was listening to like a bunch of different music. He was like, bro, like, which one are you? And I was like, bro, I love to rap, but this what people like to hear. And he was like, man, don't run from rap. He was like, that's what you good at, bro. Don't run from rap. And that's when I just stopped doing everything and just focused on being a good rapper that can make good rap songs. And that was, you know, that phase of my life with Don't Run From Rap was like becoming a rapper again and watching them documentaries and getting inspired again and just writing raps every day.
What's that process like to write a song for you?
So for me, it's different every time. Like, songs for me is like moments. So it's like, most of my songs come from just like moving around in life. So it's like, I'll just be walking around, I hear somebody say something, I'll write it in my phone, right? Or I think of something, put it in my phone. And I'll be in the studio, hear a beat, pull that up, look at it like, oh shit, this work here. And that'll end up becoming a song. Sometimes I'm drunk as shit off Casamigos and that shit just come right out in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? It just, 2 verses, just right up out of there. You know what I mean? Hook everything. So it changes. It changes here and there, but for the most part, it's a lot of me going through life.
Can you speak to your preference of in person versus over having to send it?
Yeah. It depends who it is.
How much it is.
Not how much. Not how much.
Let me give you an example. You like working with people and getting that vibe in the studio, right?
Yeah.
The Bad Crazy. Man, but I really ain't got time to, man, send that shit over.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. Send that shit.
It's like, sometimes he ain't got time to link with a motherfucker.
Exactly.
And then sometimes some people work better by themselves. Everybody don't work good together. You know what I mean? So it's like you might be doing something that's throwing him off, or he could be doing something to throw you off. But when you got good chemistry, it's nothing like it. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing like when you got good chemistry. Like me and Dre be in the studio, like we ain't made one bad song. You just got good fucking chemistry. I come in, the beat gonna be hard every time. So I'm gonna say some hard shit every time. But it's sometimes you in there and it's just like, it's like pulling teeth. Like, you don't know what to do.
Who's been that? I mean, it could be the person you just mentioned. Who's kind of left you in awe after working with them for the first time?
Kanye. Kanye. I had the opportunity to go to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium when they was working on Donda.
Oh, when he was living in the, when he was living in the
stadium. And I never seen nobody like orchestrate so much shit at one time. Like, this motherfucker, bro, he'd be over here designing a house with some people, right? And it's like $1 million worth of Balenciaga on the floor. Like, he designing this and this for this fashion show, coming out of that room, jumping in the room to go lay a verse over here, lay the verse in a hook, come up out of there, go to the field where they doing choreography for the show that's coming up. He changing this, take the lights out, just everything, just all in one. And it was like, I was just watching him like, how the fuck he got all this energy to do this? You know what I mean? Like, he being a rapper,
at the
a
highest
designer.
level, too.
Yeah.
The highest level.
All at once, though. You know what I mean? He'd come in, rap on the, he came in on the phone like this. Boom. You know, you got the voice memo. He on the voice memo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Start rapping some shit. Boom, he dropped the phone. Y'all make that work.
That's
Came
cold.
back, that motherfucker was busting.
That's crazy.
Came back, whole song was done. Beat changed. He'd do a song, bro, and take his vocal and send it to 80 different producers. And he'd like one part of this producer thing and one part of this one. He'd just start connecting shit and just bringing this here and moving this and change. It's like, that motherfucker a genius, bro.
That shit deep.
That was the one time I was like, God damn, like I was amazed. I was amazed. And it take a lot to amaze me. I done been in the lab with some of them boys and I'm like, oh, I got him. But that day, I had to sit my ass down. I had to sit down and see what was going on.
Makes sense.
Before we get back to this episode of All the Smoke, a quick message from today's video sponsor, DraftKings Sportsbook. As you're watching the NBA playoffs, make sure you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app to see everything they're offering. All new customers can win $150 in bonus bets. All you have to do is place a pregame moneyline wager of $5. If your pick hits, you'll receive $150 in bonus bets. With these bonus bets, there's so much you can do. Check out our player props, same-game parlays, and much more. You can also check out DraftKings Daily Fantasy, where huge cash prizes are won every day. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use the promo code SMOKE, bet $5 on any pregame moneyline wager, and get $150 in bonus bets if your pick hits. That's promo code SMOKE, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Once you clock off work on Friday, head over to DraftKings Sportsbook app and see the All the Smoke same-game parlay.
We'll be cooking up a new same-game parlay every Friday. So ride with All the Smoke, fam. The action only happens at DraftKings Sportsbook.
If you had a 3-joint album to produce with any artist, past or present, which 3 artists are you choosing?
1, Hove. 2, Future. 3, Tim's.
Tim's. She tough.
This is the piece that you cannot buy.
Speaking of Jay, your favorite artist, you got a chance to meet him, talk to him at all?
Jay? Hell no, bro. I went to the Grammys, bro. I'm in there, the whole day I'm like, today gonna be the day. I'm about to meet him today. I call my mom, I'm on the way to Graham. I'm gonna meet him today, I'm on the red carpet. When I get in there, they like, yeah, Jay-Z and Beyonce's late. I'm like, oh, damn. Right, so I'm in there, I'm watching, I'm moving around. So they get ready to do the God Did performance or whatever. So I'm thinking they about to do it live in person. Right, so when I seen the video come up with the presentation, I said, damn, he gone. I said, I ain't meeting him. I thought I was gonna meet him at the Grammys, but
It's gonna happen.
I ain't never met him yet, man. I can't wait for that day.
It's gonna happen.
For sure.
From your point of view, why does sports and music go hand in hand?
Man, because it is the music motivate the sport.
True.
You know what I mean? Music motivate us in the gym. It motivate us to go work out. You know what I mean? It motivate us to just push harder. And just as athletes, we all got a competitive drive, right? The same way as rappers, we competitive. So it's like a sport. Rap is like a sport, just like hoop is a sport or football is a sport. So that competitive nature, just wanting to be the best in something. You know what I mean? Having to get up and go grind and work for that. Music fuels that. You know what I mean? It helps you get up and go do that. So I think it go hand in hand for those reasons. What would you say?
I agree. I think for me, music is just basically explains, like I can listen to certain albums and that'll be like the soundtrack of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard a lot of albums that I can correlate to, you know what I'm saying? So it feel like even like songs when I've been successful, it's a certain song I want to play, you know what I'm saying, that'll make me emotional or make me appreciate where I've been. So music is a big part of it because, they tell stories that you can't tell yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all can articulate and put stuff together where people can understand it, where we can even understand it. We can live something and go through something, but somebody will rap it and put it together like, yep, I wish I could have put it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're exactly right. They go hand in hand.
Nah, and it's the same thing with rap, because it's like when we in the studio, we watching sports. You know what I mean? Like, and we all dreamed about doing one of them two things. Right. Playing sports or making music, one or the other. So it's like, that shit be motivating, bro. Like, both sides, it go together.
I know it was a good feeling to get that call from Bron to be on Space Jam 2 soundtrack.
Bron ain't actually called me.
I mean, but you know, that's still coming from.
Yeah, it played a part though.
Yeah.
With him posting the thing. Actually, how it happened was Donnie Meadows, dude who I mentioned earlier. He hit me and was like, "Yo, they working on this song with John Legend and Chance the Rapper. They can't figure out a hook. They was trying to see if you can come over there and write a hook." So I went over there, did the hook, like, 10 minutes. I was already fired up that day, you know what I mean? Vibing, you know what I mean? Came through there, knocked the hook out, and then they was like, man, you might as well try to do a verse. You know what I mean? Try to knock out a verse. Went in there, knocked the verse out. They actually ended up cutting my verse short. It was a little longer, but it was too personal, what I was saying. You know what I mean? So they took it out. But
You went too hard.
yeah, it wasn't too hard. I was really kind of bigging up Bron for posting me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they was like, you know, it kind of go too much with the movie and everything. So, but yeah, we knocked it out, bro. But I actually met him at the red carpet. That was the first time we actually met. And then he came to my show. I did a show at the Roxy in August, and him and Draymond came. He brought Savannah and everything. So it was dope, bro. Like, he always DM me, like, when I'm posting shit, like, keep going. Like, I be like, appreciate you. Like,
Nah, that's one thing about him. Like, that's why I say he to go for me for different reasons.
yeah, he do shit Mike would never.
But and you know, like the fact, like as basketball players too, though, like on some real shit. I always say this: he did something that every basketball player that came along tried to do, and nobody got it right. He brought his homies along and put them in place to win just as much as he's winning. Really winning.
That's the hardest shit in the world,
Man,
bro.
nobody, I got it wrong. Everybody I know that brought their homies along got it wrong.
It's the hardest shit. Why do y'all think that's so hard? Let's talk about that.
Because you got to find niggas that want more for themselves just as much as you want for them. You know what I'm saying? And they was willing to go to school. They was willing to learn their craft to be in positions that he wanted them in.
Yep.
Most people want you to do it for them. They think you got money, so you just make it happen for me. I ain't got to work for it. Just buy it. It don't work like that.
Don't work
you know
like
what I'm saying? Them niggas was willing to work and put in that work, and look at them now.
And then
Big dogs.
And then some people act like they're you, or they're the star, or the person that's bringing them along. So, I mean, I just think a lot of different shit plays into that, but it's unfortunate. But there's a very few people that could say, like, I really brought the homies along.
That's why I said, like, we was talking about LaRussell. I was like, I salute him, because it's like, that was my dream, to, like, bring all my homies. But it's like, the problem I had coming up was, like, a lot of my homies rap too. You know what I mean? So it was like, when they would try to convert to be a manager role or a different role, it's like they secretly still want to be the rapper.
Right.
You know, so it's hard to kind of make that work.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, so it was real tough for me to try to do that as well. That's why I reached out and got outsourced help.
No. Like you said, it's different routes, but obviously I feel like his route is going to be that much more special when he makes. Obviously, it's special when you make it, but when he has his whole team with him, it's just like that's what you kind of, because you hear how cutthroat and dangerous the business and shady the business is at times. Not everybody, but at times. But he's going to have his family around him. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So definitely a salute for that. It's going to be dope. State of hip hop in your mind right now?
Man, we in a unique space right now. To be honest, I know we like the #1 genre, but I think that's slowly coming to an end. Not an end, but I think that's changing. I think music's becoming very universal, and hip-hop artists, we're not making good records.
You saving it, though. I ain't cutting you off, but you saving it because the reason why, because of the substance.
Yeah.
But that's why your music is so refreshing, because you're saying something that resonates. Exactly, dog. And I appreciate that from you, because, like you say, so many people follow us.
Yeah.
And the bullshit sells.
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? It says a lot about you, what you stand on.
Nah, for sure.
To go against the grain and still be successful.
And like what Stak's saying is like he's saying substance. He ain't saying lyrical ability or mumble all this. Like Lil Baby got a lot of substance.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Dirk
Got a lot of substance. I love listening to them. I was just listening to Rich Homie Quan on the way over. He just dropped some new shit. Like it's people out here making good music, but I feel like us as a whole in hip hop, like everybody just copying what's working for somebody else and nobody really being authentic to them. I'm not gonna say nobody. A lot of people aren't really being authentic to themselves, and we're not like pushing the culture forward. We just continuing to do what works for streaming or TikTok or something like that.
Watering it down.
Yeah, so I'm trying to put that steak on the plate, man. You know what I mean? I'm trying to push that creativity as far as I can and really give us something to feel.
When would you say, what age did you feel like you started rapping? Like really rapping?
I started when I was like 9. But I told you, I really started when I got caught
17?
cheating on the test.
17?
Oh, you start going, I'm a rapper.
That's when it really...
It was still a fun thing, but when it was like, I'm a rapper, is when I knew I wasn't gonna be a hooper.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, this is what I'm doing. I'm not going to get a job. And that's nothing against a job.
Right.
I just talked too much shit to go get a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I told motherfuckers, I'm finna go to the league. I'm finna come by the gym and repaint this motherfucker. I'm doing, I'm like, I can't.
You could do it now, though.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But it was
One
like,
way or another,
back
you gotta-
then,
yeah.
it was like, I can't. So when I knew I wasn't gonna hoop,
Right.
I'm like, I'm rapping. That's what it was.
So reflect on your journey. It hasn't been long, but what have you learned the most about yourself, you feel, in this since that day to now?
Man, bro, you know what's crazy? I was just telling my baby moms, bro, we was talking this morning, and I was telling her, it's crazy, kind of what I was telling y'all, like, it's crazy because in your mind, you see your dream happening one way, and then it don't go that way. So for me, I never had, like, the perfect success story.
Right.
Like, my shit didn't happen like I made my 3rd song and that motherfucker went viral and I turned up, toured the world, became the biggest artist. It didn't happen for me that way. It took me 10 years to learn how to write good music. You know what I mean? It took me a lot of time to like learn how to write a hook. So everything I am today, this is like 15 years in the making and I still ain't where I want to be. You know what I mean? I still ain't got a #1 album. You know what I mean? I still ain't had a #1 record, but I'm gonna get that motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep working till I get it, but I never had that story of just coming out and my shit just blew up like that. My shit was a lot of work and a lot of progress. It's been times, bro, I've been down bad, you know, in studios with people like just learning, you know what I mean? Trying to get some information that I could apply to better myself.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years with your music?
I'm gonna be out of music in 10 years, bro. I'm trying to start this media conglomerate, man. I'm on some shit. I just purchased, you know, a property, you know, that we getting ready to build out as a media hub that we producing content out of and music as well. I'm looking for new producers to sign and artists. So I'm of course always be making music, but I see myself being a mogul, bro. Like this is just a stepping stone for me.
You doing podcast? You want podcast there too, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I got my sports show coming soon.
Yeah.
Now we gonna do some things together.
Nice.
We're gonna get a movie. You know, we're gonna try to bring the umbrella over to the umbrella.
Yeah, for sure.
As you do so well, my brother.
Shout out Paramount.
As you do so well, my brother.
Definitely.
Oh, man, this has been dope, man. We really appreciate your time. We heading down the home stretch right now. So first thing to come to mind,
The tacos
let us know. We're gonna put you on the spot right now.
Okay.
So give us a freestyle real quick.
Oh.
Pillow talking on 100,000.
Oh, you got a beat for him?
Nah, no beat.
You don't need a beat?
No beat.
Okay.
No beat.
It's gotta be heard.
Yeah.
I'm pillow talking on 100,000. Moonwalking over mountains, that's 400 ounces. When I was younger, I prayed for this power. I just wish they would have told me this don't come with flowers. I never lived in public housing. Mama always found a way to keep us grounded. Nanny died, my family got divided. My uncle lost his mind, that nigga never found it. I'm in a generation of validation, where niggas always on vacation from they mama basement. These bitches turned these niggas to an occupation. If pussy was running to them, these niggas still a chase it. My auntie told me back in the day all that snitching was dangerous. Nowadays, once you glorified, it makes you famous. but I can't fall into the matrix. Cause nowadays doing features get you caught up in cases. A little something.
Yeah.
A little something.
Say that. Say
Little
that. Say
something.
that. Say that.
A little something.
Say that. Say that.
Yeah, a little something light.
Say
Light.
that.
That's
Little
it.
something.
Light.
Little something.
Light.
We got a lot of music on the way.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Nah, but I appreciate y'all for having me, man. You know, this is one of my favorite shows. I remember when y'all first started this joint. You know what I mean? Like, I was a big fan of this show from the beginning to this day. I don't really miss an episode. So, man, to be here and, you know, y'all like fellow Bay Area natives, man. We like cousins for real.
For real,
For
facts.
what y'all did for the Bay them years, man. So it's to be here full circle, bro, to pull up 4 years ago and be in the audience.
You
and
was
just,
in here. He watched the show before.
First
Like it's
started.
crazy. Like I said,
Yeah.
from the time we came through the house, we smoked, we ate good, we played some music. I'm like, bro, you got it. And we just we clicked. And then was it last year or the year before where we licensed some of your music for some of the shit we was doing? And he was saying, it's like, bro, he's like, I forgot exactly, like something like, I'm gonna be on your show soon, I promise.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know you are. You know what I say? I know you are.
Yeah.
And then come full circle, we here today.
Yeah.
So,
Damn right.
and it's just the beginning,
come on, man.
man.
You already know
It's
you're
just
gonna come
the beginning.
back.
Yeah.
I know you like to talk sports, so you gotta come on our West Burning shit and just that's where we
Oh,
debate.
you know I'm coming on there to talk. Because y'all gotta leave this Michael Jordan shit alone.
Hey,
I had enough of this shit.
Hey, it ain't gonna happen. And
had
damn
enough
shame
of
gonna
this
happen as long
shit.
as I'm getting these boxes.
Right.
Nigga, got me fucked up. Nigga, I'm defending them boxes till I die, nigga. Fuck you mean? Hey, also shit though. If you could be a fly on the wall, and while any album is getting made in history, what album would it be?
Ooh,
Die behind these boxes, Jelani.
I would say Kanye West College Dropout.
Ooh, that's my
That's a
favorite
good one.
album. That's one of my
That's a
favorite
dope
albums
one.
of all time.
That's a good
I
one.
would say Kanye West College Dropout. That's actually the album that like made me like start rapping like about who I was. Like I used to try to rap about shit that would like please the hood or like please the homies and shit like that. But when I heard Kanye, I was like, nah, he talking about himself. I need to do the
And
same
me.
thing. Let me be me.
Straight up.
So that's one of my favorites for
Love
sure. What would be yours?
Me, probably Me Against the World, Tupac.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would love to be in. Yeah, because I felt like that a lot.
I don't know if I would have wanted to be a fly in the room with Pac though.
Yeah, I would.
Pac was slapping niggas and shit. Like,
Yeah, but in that studio, that shit was magic, and the shit he's saying still resonates to a lot of shit with me today.
oh no, that
You know what I'm saying?
I think honestly, like to me, Pac is one of the greatest songwriters ever.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about rap songwriter. I'm talking about
Storytelling.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I
Paint the
think he's
picture.
one of the best because I tell people all the time, like, people be like, Tupac, Biggie, Tupac, Biggie. Biggie was a better rapper than Pac. Like, when it came to cadences and metaphors and lyrical shit, Biggie was a lot better. But when it came to, like, the songs of what Pac was saying, it's like, you cry to that shit, bro.
For
You know what I'm
real.
saying?
He had,
Like,
he had a song for every emotion.
yeah, it's like Pac could really make you go punch a nigga.
Yeah, for real.
Like, you be listening to, like, Troublesome, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like, hit him up, and I dare to see somebody I don't like and that shit come on. It's up. I'm about to beat your ass
Yeah.
wherever we at.
On site.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's just different. It's different, bro.
You, who would you pick?
All Eyes on Me.
All Eyes on
All
Me.
Eyes on
Another
Me.
Pac.
That's a classic right
Another
there.
Pac. I ain't gonna lie though. Just let me say this one though, because I'm from Port Arthur, Texas. If I could have heard Pimp C and Bun B first album, you know what I'm saying?
You know
That'd
one
be
I
crazy.
would have loved to be in the room for, too? Dream, Love, Hate.
Oh yeah.
I think that's one of the greatest R&B albums. Really listen to that album.
Yeah.
When y'all chilling today, everybody in here, put on Dreams, Love, Hate, and just really listen to that shit.
I don't
Is that the album, the one he got out there living the live with Rihanna?
No.
That's not the same album?
It's the one with like, can it falsetto?
Falsetto, yeah,
And
falsetto.
the playing in her hair. And
Yeah.
like all them. Really listen to that album.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a monster behind so many people today.
Yeah.
With
Fast
his
Car.
pen, it's
Fast
just,
Car.
Fast Car.
Nah, that Rihanna song on that album.
I Oh yeah, it is a Rihanna song on that album. Yeah,
Out There Living a Lie.
Yeah.
That's on there.
Yeah.
It's on there. Don't fuck with me, Rose. I know my shit now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially Rihanna on it. Especially Rihanna on it.
That's a great album. I think that's a real underrated
No
classic.
skips.
No, it's a classic. Like you can't find. I don't think you could find 5 R&B albums better than that album.
Nah, facts. Nah, that shit hard.
I gotta listen to it again
right.
before I can agree or
that shit
disagree with
hard.
that.
Listen to that shit, bro. That's a classic right there.
Pickup game, you plus 4 other hip hop artists.
Okay. Right off the back, I'm picking up Drake. This is my team I'm picking?
Yeah.
Okay. Drake, Future, Young Boy, and I'm going to go Kendrick Lamar.
Hold on. You seen them hoop?
Oh, I'm thinking you saying like
I
if
know,
we had to go rap versus people.
But I know you didn't get the question.
Okay.
Because I've seen
you
Future
asking
hoop.
what rappers have I seen hoop that I would pick to play basketball
Play with you in the real game.
Oh, scrap all
See,
that.
And Future my partner, so when you said Future, I'm thinking like, man, the Wizard is too damn cool to be hooping against anybody.
Scrap all that.
But when he said,
I was like, when he said Future, I'm like, no, not the Wizard.
Scrap all that.
Not the Wizard.
I was gonna say to play basketball, but then once he kept talking, I figured it wasn't basketball. I figured that was his rap group.
I thought you meant like pick up like 5
rappers.
rappers. That you would rap with.
So you plus 5
basketball.
right there. That's your rap group. I like that
That's
group.
That rap group crazy.
Okay.
That rap group finna break.
They better than the Beatles.
That rap group is finna break every record known to man.
Them boys good.
Yeah, them boys good.
Them boys good.
They got a future.
Okay. Basketball.
Basketball, hooping wise.
Number 1, I'm going with Lil Durk.
Okay. Now we talking.
Number 2, I'm gonna go with Quavo. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Waka Flocka.
Waka got G?
See, Waka got like that junkyard dog.
He'll foul you.
He that dog.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? You always need a dog.
Yeah, he throw his weight around.
Indeed.
I'm gonna go with Waka, and I need one more. J. Cole.
Oh, you can't. Perfect.
J.
That's
Cole.
J. Cole's A1. He might be the nicest.
I'm gonna run with that. That's my 5.
Yeah, he might be the nicest.
What's your 5?
I go Chris Brown.
Number 1 pick.
You said rappers.
In the
He rap a little bit.
He rap too.
That nigga's an icon. That nigga ain't no fucking rapper.
Mine would probably be pretty similar to yours. I would just have Chris Brown on my team for sure.
Okay.
Because I've seen him play. So
I would switch all that up.
who would you do?
I would go Davies.
He could play.
Okay.
I would go.
I ain't never seen Dave.
I would go Snoop.
Old school.
Because Snoop, he got a basketball IQ.
Snoop came in, time out real quick. He came into a Legends event, Quavo's event at Legends out in the Mamba Academy. In some chucks, played hard for a quarter, had buckets, a couple rebounds, came late, played a quarter, and then left. But go ahead.
To go film a commercial.
But go ahead. Yeah, I mean, he just blesses with his presence. He came in, hooped for a quarter, and then bounced.
You got a little
Who I
Snoop.
said Snoop.
Davies and Snoop.
Davies, Snoop, Chris Brown, Quavo, and probably The Game.
Oh, I was okay. So yeah, so I was gonna go
Game.
Chris Brown, Game, Quavo.
2 Chainz.
Shout out Big Tony.
Tony can hoop.
Quavo. Who else was I gonna say?
Tony would be my number 1 pick, dog. Cause I
I would pick up Tony.
2 Chainz
too.
be my number 1 pick, cause I would hear this shit for the rest of my life. Let me go. 2 Chainz be my number 1 pick, y'all. I will never live
Let's
this
just
down.
go to the next question.
Hey, edit that, dog. Why I say 2 Chainz? Yeah, cause I'm telling you, dog. Y'all know that. I never hear end of it.
Go ahead.
And my partner, dog. So I like.
I was just with Chainz last night.
He abused that shit, dog. He abused that shit.
Chainz good ball though.
Yeah.
Chainz good ball.
He can hoop for real. If you could have one guest on All the Smoke, who would it be? But before you give us your answer, you have to help us get your answer on the show.
So I gotta say that again.
Who would you like to see on All the Smoke? But before you give us your answer, you have to help us get your answer on the show.
Okay.
Ricky Mixon.
He wears bell-bottom jeans.
There's a lot of people these days.
Man.
No, he wears the old school bell-bottom jeans.
The old school bell-bottom
Andre
jeans.
3000?
With leather boots.
With leather
Jack
boots.
for Halloween?
And big leather jackets. and he got a bald head with brown eyes. And you played for him.
MJ.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you got to help. No, I don't think you heard the question. You got to help us get him on the show.
I ain't helping get that nigga on the
So
show.
it can't be MJ. It can't be MJ.
I thought you said I gotta help y'all get the answer.
Nah, you gotta help. You gotta
I'm
help.
thinking I gotta give y'all trivia.
No, you gotta help us. Whoever you think that should be on our show, you gotta help us get them on the show.
He was giving us trivia questions.
Yeah.
They say, well, bell bottoms like who?
He said no, old bell bottoms.
All right, let me pick
He
another
gonna make
one.
you lose your box. He gonna make you lose your endorsement fucking with Symba. He gonna make you lose your boxes fucking with MJ. Oh, my face hurts.
Oh,
Man.
fuck, man. Fuck.
Nah, I rock with Mike though, man. I just think he get too much credit.
Oh, man.
He gonna make you lose your boxes. He make you lose your boxes, Jack. Telling you. Hey, these are Symba stocks, MJ, not Jack's stocks.
Don't worry about it, Jack. We'll get you some bronze, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on over here, the scoring
Mike,
champion.
Mike, separate that, Mike. Like my homeboy came when I was saying, this is the male blunt and this is the female blunt. Separate them. Separate them. I didn't say that. I didn't say it.
So if you could see a guest on the show, but you have to know this person
man,
well
y'all
enough to
crazy.
help him come on the show, or her.
Did I have
Someone you got in your phone.
Oh man.
That shit made
Dr.
my
Dre.
face.
Doc, I was just about to say that.
Dr. Dre.
That's your
Man.
guy too, huh?
I'll actually ask.
We would actually appreciate that.
And you know what? We would even pull up on him.
Oh, absolutely. Whether it's on his
That's
yacht,
team.
whether it's on the plane,
Green light.
wherever.
I'll ask him for sure. I for
We
sure.
would pull up on him.
Because everybody else I would say besides
No, it's all
Bron,
Stop right there.
think y'all
Stop
have
right
him.
there. Stop right there. Dr. Dre. That's all we need.
Yeah, Dre's good.
That's
he,
all we
said,
need.
he said Bron. That's Bron.
because I was going to say KD, but y'all had KD.
we had
We had
KD.
KD.
Yeah.
You
Then-
probably could get Bron on the show before me.
Nah, I doubt that.
For real?
Yeah, I doubt that.
Matt can before both of us.
Man,
did.
I ran across him at Draymond's wedding. He told me 3 times he was coming on the show. Like I didn't even impromptu.
If he
says,
told
"Bro,
you
I
he
gotta
coming,
come on the, no,
he
I know.
gonna come.
In good
He gonna
time.
come. Yeah.
He
In
gonna
good
come.
time.
He
In
gonna
good
come
time.
for sure.
When
Y'all
time
already
is
got
right.
him locked
Yeah.
up. He
When the
said he
time
But
come.
you
is
said
right.
Dre.
I'll ask for sure. I'll for sure ask.
That'd be
I don't know if he'll do it
right.
because he's
All
not
you can do
really
is
an interview,
ask.
but I'll ask.
All
for
you
sure.
can do is ask.
Yeah.
Tell him Jack can get him some boxes.
Yeah, tell him I say, just tell him I say what's up.
You know, Dre only rock white Air Force Ones, baby.
Yeah, for real, that's it. All black. White, all white Air Force
you got
Ones. Oh, we got gifts. For
Okay.
boys. You can't leave here without getting something from All the Smoke and Manscaped and all kind of business.
Okay, now.
You know what I'm saying?
We keep my grass cut.
Yeah, yep. So you can tell
Is
you
that
watch
the
show.
Lawnmower 2.0?
Well,
Hey, you be listening to our ass.
well, excuse me, my brother. Manscaped, since he asked, we have the crop preserver.
Yeah.
He also has the body buffer.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
and we also
yeah.
have some All the Smoke gear.
What
for
about
you,
the
brother.
ball wipes?
He didn't get any ball wipes.
I
But Matt,
need to.
All the Smoke gear, where can he get
Yeah,
it?
all the smoked out store.
That's where you can
Yes,
get
sir.
Here you go,
Appreciate y'all,
it.
man.
If you with it, you can get it.
Hey man, this has been a good
Appreciate
show,
y'all.
good day. Happy for you. You know what I mean?
Nah,
like you said,
man.
I was
Thank you,
when I
brother.
met you, I heard it, and I started just telling everybody like he's coming.
Yeah.
And you know the fact that you're from the Bay, just happy to see you continue to grind and like you said, inspire others to do the same.
No, definitely,
And
man.
keep doing it the right way, bro. So appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all keep killing it as well,
bro.
brother.
Know that.
Oh, Jack, you got your hands.
Huh?
He got sweaty
Oh,
palm.
yeah, I be.
Steven Jackson.
Because we got to
hands.
smoke.
As long as it ain't me, because you,
You know what I'm saying?
right up.
We got smokers' palms.
No,
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a pass, but
Hey,
Jack
he-
shit used to be. Jack
I'm good now, but he used to kill me.
Jack used to have swamp hands. How you figure that? How'd you fix that?
I don't know, but I probably tomorrow, next show, my hands gonna be sweating just because you said that.
That just means we finna get some money.
Yeah,
There
for
it
real.
is.
That's
Shit
right,
gonna
man.
stick to your motherfucking hands for real. Well, that's a wrap, man. Symba, LA. It was a pleasure. You can catch
sir.
us on Showtime Basketball YouTube and the iHeart platform, Black Effects. We'll see y'all next week.
When you're authentic to who you are, everything else will fall in place. People are gonna love, they're gonna hate, but you never know who's watching.
Everything I do, I want it to be as original as can be.
Somebody did it like this, I'm gonna do it this much iller.
Who comes back and rescues himself?
This was our moment to let people know how we felt as a team.
We revolutionized this game with our influence.